Hmm. Hello, hello. It is I, the Grey Bokoblin. And if you can read the title, you can probably assume what this stream's about. But I would like to fill in the first minute arbitrarily. See if one person joins. Probably not, though. The only person I know who even would have a slight chance of joining is currently at church. Yep, that's life for me. Also, if you hear some sounds, it's probably the heater that I'm currently sitting by. It is pretty chilly right now. It's not a pleasant time to live where I live, to be where I be. So anyway, yeah. Final predictions for X-Men v Sentinels. Again, I'm not completely sure if this is it, but I'm pretty sure that this will be the next PvE mode in Rivals. So, all right, minute passed. Let's get going. So, final predictions are simple. We're gonna have like some of the core X-Men members, like just in general. So I'm thinking it'll probably involve. I'm gonna go by a class, not by how likely I think they are. But so my final prediction for the character roster is Rogue for the not DPS, Rogue for the tanks. I'm going to exclude Magneto or Emma Frost. I don't think they'll be in it, but I definitely could see it. Then for the DPS, actually, I'll skip to healer because it's literally just one person. Damn it. And then last, the DPS. And certainly it is not the least because there's by far the most amount of characters in the DPS role that I think are actually going to make it. Wolverine, obviously. Phoenix. Shit, what are they called? Scarlet Witch. Magic. Psylocke. I am blanking so hard. Storm. And then there'll probably be a joke character. I'm just going to use Jeff as a substitute because he was the joke character of zombies, like by far. So I'm using him as a substitute. But just know that Jeff is really just a substitute for anyone in general who doesn't make much sense outside of context. Like they said, they wanted this mode to be bigger, so I'm going to predict that it's going to have a bigger roster. However, who's in it is very much still up for debate. Those are just who I think will be in it. The old Marvel pajama pants and the satirical T-shirt. What a great choice for a live stream. um, shit. Don't mind me. I'm just playing with this fake finger. Helps me think. That makes me look more terrifying. Now we need to predict what are the characters' abilities like that. I'm going to be assuming this uses the same system that Zombies currently uses, but I'm well aware that this could end up being entirely different. So, yeah, Wolverine. Let's start with him because he's probably the easiest that doesn't already have a kit like Magic. Magic would almost certainly be mostly the same, just probably balance changes, if even that. Wolverine. He's probably the easiest for one simple fact alone. He has a very easy thing to. He has two very easy things to work with. Obviously, his primary attack, where he just goes like I can imagine that it would be similar to Blade, and also similar to Blade, his dash ability, which he would just gain the ability to pretty much spam. The Tism is Tisming at the moment. I'm sorry. Or I'm not. I don't really care. But yeah, the Tism is Tisming. So yeah, Wolverine will just go pew, 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 and just repeatedly use his dash ability. there would be no 3-second cooldown. He just keeps charging in like the feral animal he is. I doubt he'll use his coming at you very much, and if he does, it would likely be tied to his more to his basic ability, where he just goes. This heater is nice and warm though. Probably should put it on long sleeves, but I'm lazy. Oh, that window is bright. Yeah, no, we are not putting that window in. I just need to change the direction of the camera. There we go. Yes, let's get this wall in the background, like, because that's definitely what you guys want to look at. Well, at least you can see my face better, I guess. But I just got done talking about Wolverine. I really need to pick up pace. Who do I go to next? Like, the hard part is that I don't really know how they would implement a lot of the X-Men characters. Like, because a lot of them play very differently from cast and zombies, other than Magic or Wolverine for obvious reasons. All right. This is a nice angle. Yeah, other than Magic and Moldfoot Witch. Yeah, I'm slow. Really, really slow. But yeah, Scarlet Witch probably would be simple. It'd be pretty similar to Punisher. You can, although more in the style of Scarlet Witch, where you can choose to upgrade her primary fire or her burst ability, the one where she spams, which is essentially missiles. Again, that's assuming Scarlet Witch is in, and of the people I predicted, she's probably the least likely, other than maybe Magic. This heater is nice and warm, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a nap. Well, I think Gambit. Okay, Gambit would probably revolve mainly around his primary, which actually maybe Gambit would have a melee option and his big card option, like his breaking spades, I think is what it's called. The one where he chart spade ability, then pew. I'm almost Centurion Gambit. He's really fun. If it was, I would play him more in comp, but he's banned. Yeah, overall, I don't know how these characters' kits would work. I just have to. Storm could easily be made into. Storm would probably be a support and be a support character in the context, but what she would do in a solo run, I have no idea. I've actually solo cleared Nightmare 4 as both Blade and Jeff, so scripting. I'm not scripted. That's the thing. You could probably tell I'm really bad at this. If you've seen my Let's Plays, you know I'm bad at this. I really should record another episode of my Let's Plays, especially the Breath of the Wild one. That one is incredibly popular. Rogue. Well, the X-Men v Sentinels mode could also be interesting because depending on how they implement it, this could actually have team-ups because like none of the characters in Zombies have a team-up. But depending on how this is implemented, that could change a few things. How it would do that is unknown to me. and it probably wouldn't change much outside of like definitely not on the nightmare difficulties, but like maybe on the lower difficulties. But yeah, Rogue is definitely going to be similar to Thor. However, she'll likely revolve around her kick ability, or her because she doesn't have any range options like Thor would. She only has melee tools and partial range. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to think about. Phoenix would probably be a lot like Shotgun Punisher, or maybe similar to and a combination of Thor, ironically enough, because she'll just like use her teleport ability and maybe her explosive burst to deal damage. Psylocke, though. Now that's honestly pretty interesting. I just need time to think about it. Sorry if you hear my bird. Bird up. I'm guessing the bird wants a cracker or bath. So, or maybe she just wants attention. I don't know. But Psylocke could open interesting possibilities because she'd likely have her sets would likely be either her primary, the or her dash, similar to Blade. However, given her primary's range and her dash is melee, this could easily lead to an interesting character or one that's incredibly skewed to one side. Either way, though, I know my buddy would love that. He's a Lord Psylocke. I think that's every character that I talked about, though I definitely am forgetting someone. Like, if I know me, I'm forgetting someone, and I'm going to remember that I forgot them. But yeah, I'm gonna wait till the 13-minute mark because it'll look better. Damn it.